Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the F Y'all Podcast. I am your host, Michael Wright. Across from me, as always, is the one and only, the legendary Superman from Compton, Mr. C.T. Fletcher. And today, we have an incredible guest with us, a man who has turned his life around from the streets of Oakland, California. Been spotlighted in bodybuilding, social media, and far beyond. He's a true example of resilience, discipline, and determination. From prison workouts to fitness fame, not only is he a bodybuilder, actor, entrepreneur, but he's also a motivational force. Today, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the podcast, Mr. Cali Muscle.
Thank you for having me, guys. When I seen Pops was having a podcast, I'm like, oh, we got to talk about some things. It's been a long time, so I'm really honored that you guys allowed me to come and be a guest on the podcast.
Yes, sir. So we got a lot to get into. I tell people all the time, these hours that we do this show fly by, so we're going to jump right into it. Pops, anywhere you want to start?
Yeah, I'm going to start from the motherfucking beginning. Now, right. I always call Calvin my son. We go back a ways, and but I never had a chance to ask you, what was your upbringing, like your home life and mom and pops and all that stuff in the beginning? That I don't know.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so grew up in East Oakland, and my mother, she had my older brother. He was 4 years older than me. And my mother, if you see her, she almost looked like a white girl. She Cherokee Indian.
Okay.
So real feisty, angry, was raised with a father like yours. You know what I mean? Used to get on their ass or whatever. And so she was a real tough lady. She had to be tough in Oakland, being high yellow and pretty, thick, you know what I mean? Just a beautiful woman. So my father, a lot of people don't know, my birth father, he was in the Jim Jones. He was a part of the Jim Jones massacre.
People don't know. A lot of young folks ain't gonna know what that is. So you can tell a little bit about that.
Yeah.
I know. I remember it very well.
So Jonestown Massacre, Jim Jones was a white pastor, and he somehow coerced all these. It was a mix. It was white people, but it mostly blacks. He coerced them to be a part of his church, and
sold everything, all their possessions. And
had them sell everything, and went to Jonestown. And they drunk the Kool-Aid. So that's where that saying comes from. Don't drink the Kool-Aid.
That's right.
It's interesting. My aunt, Jim Jones, used to come to their church down in Bakersfield all the time. And he would... She was telling me the story when I was a kid that he came and he brought all these pamphlets to the church trying to get members to go out to Jamestown. And she had that pamphlet for a long time. She's passed on, but I've always wondered where it was. But she actually told me she actually considered going down there. And I'm so glad she did.
Right. Yeah.
She actually considered going down there with him. And a lot of people, there was a few people from my hometown of Bakersfield that actually went out there. And I look back on that stuff. I'm like, what would make y'all think that was good idea to go down there?
Yeah. And so my birth father, the reason that he was a survivor, because he was on the boat as security.
Oh, wow.
But he took a whole nother family, because he tried to get my mother to go out there, and she was like, her father was tough as nails, right? He like, you ain't taking your ass out there with that white man. You know what I mean? And at the time, so that was like, I was about maybe 3 or 4, so like 79, maybe 80.
Mm-hmm.
And so my mother didn't go, but he had a whole nother family, a girlfriend, wife, and another daughter that went, and they died. They drunk the Kool-Aid. Wow. So that's my birth father. So my mother got with my younger brother father. I was only 2. Rest in peace. He just passed at 92 years old. Yeah. So he raised me with my mother. My little brother was born. He's 7 years younger than me. And when he was born, before he was born, everything was beautiful. Hokey-dory. My mother loved me, loved my older brother, whatever. And when he was born, it was like Satan.
Everything changed.
It was like Satan just entered the building.
Wow.
And my mother took a hating for me at that point.
What?
Yeah. Started abusing me, beating me and my older brother. And what really changed the trajectory of my life, and I didn't realize it until recently. Like why I always had to carry a gun and be aggressive. So when I was about 11, 12, my little brother lied on me and said I had touched him or something when I was babysitting him at home.
What?
So my mother, she was like, "What? He did what to you? He hit you? He touched you where?" Like it was like she was traumatized, like she'd been molested or something like that. And man, she ran down that hall, got that 38, put it dead in my face.
Your mother?
As a kid, bro. I was 11, 12.
Damn.
And put that 38 in my face, like, if you ever touch my fucking son again, I'll blow your head off. And as she talking, she was about to squeeze. Because I'm looking her dead in her eyes, and the phone rang. God made the phone ring.
Woo.
The phone rang. I got goosebumps now. The phone ring, and I rolled up under the bed. And she went and answered the phone. I darted out the house, almost butt naked. I was just in some Fruit of the Looms.
Damn.
And went to a friend's house, whatever, and they brought me back after a few hours. And, right then, that changed my life.
Yeah.
That'll
do it.
I understand how kids want to kill their parents and all, because that's all I used to think about every day after that. Because she was still brutalizing me after that.
Yeah.
And so when I got to junior high, after that, the whole house changed. My older brother was 4 years older. He was a genius. I'm talking about he graduated high school with a 4.5, valedictorian. And he was my life. He was like my God. Like he was the most perfect man that I ever knew, so I thought. Just perfect hair, waved up, always nice clothes. I never seen him wear a pair of tennis shoes.
Damn.
His name was Archie. And he was my life. And so, so I went on to junior high, ran away from home a couple of months one time. And, this was the beginning where my mother became scared of me. I had ran away from home a couple of months, had to go to juvenile hall, whatever, when they found me. And we had to go to a psychiatrist. And when we went to that psychiatrist, I just exploded. She became scared of me at that point.
Yeah, all the anger and everything that's built up came out.
Exactly. Yeah. And so at that point, I was about 14, going into high school. And I didn't really have no dealings with nobody in the house at this point, believe it or not, because I always worked. I started working at 12, doing make dominoes. Then I worked at McDonald's.
Yeah.
Then I started playing sports and working.
At 12 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I wasn't home I would leave home about 6:30 in the morning, wasn't getting home to midnight.
And part of that because you'd rather be anywhere else than home.
Yeah.
See, I already knew that because I went through the same shit.
Yeah.
And I working, I would go to school all day and work all night, cleaning up restaurants.
That's right.
Or anything.
Yeah.
Just so I wouldn't have to go home.
That's
so
right.
I understand that completely.
Yeah. That's right. And so, what happened is, so everything at that point was good in my life because I wasn't around them.
Absolutely.
I come home, everybody sleep, and I'm up before they wake up.
Yeah.
And so, my mother was a nurse. She had a good job, making $100K easy a year. My stepfather, he had his own auto body shop. He was making about the same thing. Okay. So we had the nicest house on the block, and we had like 4 or 5 cars, Mercedes, Cadillacs, you name it. And, I was always dressed in designer clothes. So that's the thing about her. She was a great provider. She had all her kids looking nice and, had us going to church. I was a youth pastor.
Oh, wait a minute now.
Well.
You can't skip over this too. Cali Muscle.
Yeah.
The youth pastor.
Yeah, I had my own Sundays.
What?
Yeah. Bible verbatim, page for page as a kid. Well, everything. And it's funny because my pastor lived right next door.
Oh, my goodness. Okay.
Yeah, he didn't like that though. Cause when I started going knocking on this door. It says right here we're not supposed to eat swine.
Now I'm gonna ask you this before we jump. So you grew up in church, youth pastor. Do you go to church now?
Yeah, with myself and the kids. But no, I need to find a church. I need to find a good.
So
spot.
I'm gonna tell you this. My dad was a pastor, had his own church, priest, and that's probably the biggest reason that I don't go to church now. Okay?
Yeah.
Because the worst sinners, to me personally, that I have ever seen was in church.
Without a doubt. Yeah.
Now, see, I was just wondering if you experienced that.
So the pastor kids was the worst.
Yes, of course. And I can testify to that. I tried to do it. I tried to break every rule that motherfucker laid down, Calvin. Because we had to show the regular kids that we was just as tough, just as crazy, because being the pastor, you gonna get made fun of.
Yeah,
look at that little church boy. Hey man, I'll whoop your motherfucking ass. You had to be out crazy to motherfucker had to show them. I ain't no punk just because I go to church every Sunday.
Exactly.
That's why the kids with the church kids were so bad.
Yeah, it's wild.
So you experienced the same thing.
Oh man,
it was some in church every Sunday, turning over benches and shouting and shit.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be honest with you, boy. Hey, I done, a lot of them sisters, they was corrupted.
Oh yeah. That's a good word.
Yeah,
corrupted.
I know I corrupted a few of them. Goddamn.
Exactly. Yeah, so I went through that, and then come high school, I was Mr. Everything. Like I am. I was, everybody loved me. I'm a senior class president in the newspaper every week for football, wrestling, track. Had a 3.83 GPA. So I was the man. I loved school. People tell me they didn't like school. I'm like, what? I used to iron my clothes the night before and couldn't wait to go to school, And so my senior year, it was track season. My mother, she act like, come to find out years later, she lied to me. 30 years later. But anyway, she told me I haven't talked to Archie in a day or two, my older brother. And so that day went by when she said that. She said I called the police. I had him go to his apartment, and they knocked on the door. They didn't find him, right? He wasn't there. Another day go by. She do the same thing, call the police. And they kicked in the door this time, found him dead.
Damn.
Admitted suicide.
What?
Yeah. So that just, I went dark.
Yeah.
As soon as she told me, the police actually came to our door and, came to her face to face to tell her. And I just remember like lights just went out on me.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, he's the most perfect man. So what happened was, now if my mother, she threw it in the air. He could have killed himself, but I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I think somebody did it. So I'm like, somebody killed my brother?
Yeah, you want to find out who the fuck it is. Yeah.
Well, so, I'm 18, about to be on my way to Fresno State. The year was going spectacular, man. I was senior class president, and just everything was perfect up to that point. And like I say, I went dark. We buried him, whatever, and everybody said I changed at that point. All my friends and classmates. And so I went off to Fresno State, graduated, like I say, with 3.83, full scholarship, academic and athletic to Fresno. But I went in there just a madman. Didn't laugh, smile, talk hardly, nothing. I was like, I'm going to NFL. If I got to fucking kill myself, I'm going to do it. Because at this point, Pops, I got migraines to the point of strokes.
Man.
From the age of, I was about 14 when I started playing JV football. I started getting, I got goosebumps now. I started getting migraines to the point of I used to tell God to just take me, bro.
Woo-hoo.
Yeah.
People don't understand that kind of pain. But when pain get bad enough, because I didn't have it that bad, I'm like, look, I ain't gonna kill myself, Lord. But if I gotta continue on like this, I'm ready. You go ahead and take me out because pain is a motherfucker.
Yeah.
I'm not, Lord, I ain't gonna kill him because I know I don't think I can make it to heaven if I do that.
Exactly. Yeah.
But if you ready, I'm ready to go. This pain is a motherfucker.
Yeah.
So when you say, you was ready to go ahead and get, I understand. I understand that kind of
because the whole problem was, like I said, it started at 14, and we didn't know why. Now me being older, I look back, it was a lot of dietary stuff.
Oh, okay.
But I'll never forget the first migraine. I had ate some crap from the corner store at lunchtime, and my vision went.
Man.
Like I went like blind. And I'm like, what the hell? My whole side of my left side went numb. I couldn't talk because my whole face, left side, was numb.
Wow.
And I'll never forget. So my friends, took me to my 5th grade class, and I just laid my head down like for 30 minutes. Then I got the urge to vomit. And then I would vomit, then it would kind of start subsiding, and I could function again.
Wow.
And so this went on from the age of, 14, 15 to 31.
Damn.
People don't even know. So anytime I used to go crazy working out or whatever, I would get them.
Damn, is that right?
Yeah, I would get at least 2-3 a week.
Wow.
Well, and you figure 2-3 a week, my whole week gone because the next day I'm still suffering somewhat.
Right. Yeah.
So people don't know, man. To do what I did in life, I went through a lot.
And that's what I wanted to get you on here and talk to you about because a lot of people don't know about this. I know I didn't. I said I couldn't wait to ask you about this. We've been friends for a while, but I didn't know any of this stuff. I know a lot of them motherfuckers didn't know it either.
Exactly. Yeah.
And I think they should know.
Exactly. Oh, yeah, most definitely. And then, so I go off to college, Fresno State, go out there with the intention of making it to the NFL, and ran into a situation, man, my first month or two, because what happened, they didn't have my dorm room when I went, so a friend that I met at the summer program took me into his apartment. So I'm like, I'm a loyalist to the max. So I'm like, he took me in. This is like my brother now.
Yeah.
I'm going to die for him if I have to. So he was in Alpha Phi Alpha fraternity already, and he invited me to a party. And at this time, Pops, I'm talking about, I don't know if you met people that's dark and just, on the mission. I was that guy. Didn't smile, didn't laugh. All I wanted to do was eat and work out.
Yeah.
Go hit somebody on the field.
Well,
That's it.
Let me ask you, okay, so being that kind of guy, when you went, did you ever go to a party, Callie?
So this was my first party.
Okay, so are you the kind of, because I'm the kind of cat that I would go to a fucking party, stand up against the wall, and wait for a motherfucker to start some shit.
Yeah, that's how I was.
That's what I'd go for.
Yeah, that's how I was.
Just go see if somebody starts some shit.
Exactly. And I was really like that when I got out of prison. I was on some demon time. But, so I went to this party. So my roommate, he ended up getting in a fight. The guy he get in a fight with, I don't know who he is, right? So I'm like, they like, they called me Chuck back then, my birth name. Chuck, Damon, fighting. That's what all his friends and stuff said, right? Because they knew how serious, how protective I was over him. I'm like, what? So I go out and knock the dude out. While they scuffling, I just come and knock him out, right? This dude, like 6'7", about 220 at the time. I was 190, looked like a bodybuilder at 18. And so I didn't know who the guy was. So come to find out, I done messed up. This guy was the #1 basketball player of Fresno, and he was a Crip.
Damn.
From Fresno.
Oh, shit.
So they told me afterwards, like, you know what you did? I was like, oh, I was protecting Damon.
Yeah.
Why you? His fraternity brothers, it wasn't, helping him. And so, and Damon was about 6'2", 6'3", but frail. Like 150, and this guy was like 240. Number one player on Fresno State.
Damn.
And so we had a meeting or whatever. So once we had the meeting, I met up with the guy, but he just looking at me, whatever, and he was like, yeah, whoever did this gonna have to deal with it.
Damn.
You know what I mean? And so after that, the next day it was all over campus. And he was telling people, tell the buff cat from Oakland to cancel Christmas. Oh, man. Oh, when I heard that, boy, I had never heard that said in my life. And first thing I did was, where can I get a gun? And so I went to campus, Fresno campus. They had a dorm room, looked like a artillery.
Damn.
Yeah, looked like a gun store.
What?
I mean, guns just stacked up. And they like, what you want? How much you got? I'm like, I got 150. Oh, take this 380 and these bullets, right?
Yeah.
And so when I got that gun, Pops, it was like the devil just entered my soul. And so my whole objective was to kill him. His name was Carl Ray Harris. I hope if he see this out there, man, much respect. We was young, kids, whatever. And so my whole mission was to kill him. Because my girlfriend came home one time, she ran track. Like, Carl Ray said, you better cancel Christmas. And when my girlfriend told me that, boy, oh, man. So that was my mission. I was on the mission to whack him. And so I would go to all the parties in all black. And it's funny because when I would come, they'd be like, he left.
Damn.
Or sometimes I'd come and they'd be like, and I leave. They say, Carl Ray came after you left.
Damn.
And so it was, so God didn't want that to happen.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Looking out for you.
So when I had that gun, man, I got in a financial predicament where I asked my mother for just $500. She denied me. I asked the football coach, Jim Sweeney. He denied me. So I'm like, well, I'm going to go use this gun. You know, I had never did a harsh crime like a robbery or nothing like that at that point. And I just, you know, for me watching the news every day, I thought I knew how to commit a crime.
And get away.
Exactly. So I went out on a little robbery spree and they was on my ass immediately.
Damn.
And so, got caught up, man. I actually turned myself in. I had went on a run back to Oakland from Fresno, and my mother and pops, they was like, you could you could be on the run, but you young, deal with it, bro. And they took me back to Fresno, and when I got to Fresno County Jail, people, it's gonna sound weird, man. Felt like I was belong there.
No, that don't sound weird to me at all.
Well,
because I LA County. I'm homesick. Take me back to this motherfucker. Police me and the cat cross the street got into it, and the police came. They was gonna straighten everything. Yeah, I'll take both of you motherfuckers to jail. I said, let's go. Shit. What you waiting on, motherfucker? That don't mean shit, so I understand.
Yeah.
Did you get treated well?
Oh, like I was a guy.
I know it.
Yeah.
I know. They treated me. Oh,
well,
hell yeah, this an OG. They probably thought you.
And I was only 19.
Yeah, they probably thought you.
Because I was already swole. And not to mention, they saw my case on the news.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, everybody. So I didn't realize that till years later. But they saw my case on the news. Well, I knew then because some people, ain't you the football player that did the robbery? And so I was already swole. So they thought I had did YA time because I was so swole.
Yeah.
And as soon as I got in, they labeled me as a shot caller.
Damn.
Well,
that's one of the benefits of being swole.
Exactly. Yeah. And so I was institutionalized my first few days in jail because it felt like I was supposed to be there. It's weird, but. And so, because my bail was only like $1,500, I could have bailed out and fought my case from the streets. So I stayed in Fresno County Jail 9 months fighting the case. Once my trial came up, They offered me a deal, a probation. I signed it. Right, I had a black female DA. She brought the deal. Signed it. Everybody happy. My fraternity brothers there. My mother and stepfather there. They like, you getting out? Yeah. Everybody was happy, right?
Yeah.
And the black DA, young chick that gave me the deal, looked around and said, "Nah, Your Honor, I think I made a mistake. I need to go to recess." I'm like, "Oh, I'm done. They're about to fuck me." And she came back. She like, "Oh yeah, I talked with my supervisor. I made a mistake.
Damn.
I meant to say 5 years CYA."
Damn.
And so everybody telling me, "Kali, you don't want to go to YA because you go end up doing." I was 19. They were like, "You go be in there till you 25 because you go be the label the shot caller, getting in a lot of situations." And so I was like, "Nah, let's go to trial." And so went to trial, lost. I knew my max sentence was 7 years. And this was a petty robbery. Just a guy at an ATM, and I tell him, "Give me the money."
Mm-hmm.
And
at gunpoint.
Yeah. But I didn't show no gun.
Oh, okay.
I had a gun, but I didn't show no gun. So that's why they was offering me probation.
Yeah.
And so I go to trial, lose, and my max sentence was 7 years, and that's what they gave me.
Damn.
So I'm thinking, they ain't nothing. I already been in county jail 9 months. All I got to do is about 2 more years max. Yeah. And so come to find out, when I get to prison, they like, "Oh, no, you got 85%, boy."
Damn.
It was 1994. They said, "You ain't getting out till," they told me 99. I think they said 99 or 2000. Yeah, because I remember the song by Prince, 1999. And then people was like, the world go end and 99 or 2000. So I was like, I ain't gonna see the streets again in my life. I'm gonna die in prison. And so, so they told me 85%. I started fighting that. I was going to legal law in prison, trying to fight it. But by this time, like I say, I was having fun. I went in as a Muslim because I denounced Christianity because I felt God had let me down by allowing, that situation. I blame God for everything that went bad, not myself. And so started practicing Islam. So I learned how to read and write Arabic. I was Imam in Islam.
Wow.
Yeah. And so I practiced that for 3 years. So I went into prison as a big dog. I was an imam. So as soon as I went, they knew that I was coming to this prison. Delano State Prison was my first one. And they rolled out the red carpet. And, I was away from Oakland, but I was in a Southern California prison with Crips and Bloods. But none of that mattered when I was there. Everybody was focused on muscles. Everybody, we want to work out with you. As soon as I got to the yard, they were like, "I want to be your workout partner." I had a ton. It was like I had to take auditions.
Yep.
They wanted to work out with me. So, I didn't like working out with a lot of people. So all I would say is I work legs.
That would clear them out.
Hey, in prison, I don't want no big booty nigga. I ain't working no legs. They didn't want to work no legs.
Clear them out in the hurry.
Yeah. So I don't know if you guys might know him, but what happened? The biggest dude on the yard, he looked like a silverback. He looked like you, but dark as me. Had the same head as you, the same beard, everything. His name was Ken Ellis. Kenneth Ellis. He was a big, I got goosebumps. He was a multi-millionaire dope dealer out of L.A.
Damn.
He came up like, "Youngster, I want to work out with you." He was Ken had to be, let's see, I went in at 19. He had to be about 38. So he was like 19 years older than me.
Yeah.
Like, I do lays with you.
Oh.
And Big Ken, I'm talking, he never took off his jacket.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah.
Shiny bald head, same beard as you. And he became like, I don't even want to say father. It's like we became like brothers. 7 days a week on that iron pile.
Isn't it?
And I never forget, it's my picture when I was 19 in prison. People, you guys can pull it up. But Ken told me, he said, "Hey, after a year of us working out every day, he said, "You know, you bigger than me, right?"
Oh,
Like, you hell no, kid. Because we watch each other at the shower.
Yeah,
so I'm able to see him, but nobody else able to see us. Because we always kept on the jacket. And Ken was like, you go take a picture this weekend, because they had the pictures, the Polaroids, and you will see. Because I hadn't seen myself in 2 years.
Damn.
And so I took that picture. I was like, God. He said, boy, there it is. He was like, if I was you, I'd never wear this damn jacket. And I stopped wearing it. So I broke the prison code. I stopped wearing my jacket when I was working out.
You 19?
Yeah, 19. Yeah, so I stopped wearing my jacket and started working out without my jacket. They hadn't seen that in prison.
Yeah.
And started a trend or whatever. Then from there, Delano, I went to Tehachapi, got even bigger. It's a picture when I'm 21 with dreads, got even bigger because I learned I was overtraining. You know what I mean? I was working out too much because I was twice a day.
Okay, now
7 days a week.
Listen.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, you know.
Oh, yeah, I believe. So I believe that. But when you train into the max weight, every workout, oh, them muscles, they go tap out.
7 days a week, twice a day?
Yeah, I was 7 days a week, twice a day. I was getting sick a lot, catching a lot of colds. I couldn't gain weight. And I was eating 6,000 calories a day. And so what happened was when I got to Tehachapi, I got a little workout crew. And we was like, fuck, bro, we ain't getting past, we plateaued. So we was like, let's try the Dorian Yates routine. Like 4 days a week. Oh, I turned it to a monster. Yes, at 21, if you look at Kali Muscle at 21, because that was when I got out. And so I turned to a monster.
Damn, doing the
4 days a week.
Doing Dorian Yates.
Yeah, I turned to a monster. My bench went up to 500.
Sizes.
What? Oh, you will see when he pull up the picture. I got crazy, right? And so from there, I went to San Quentin. And all hell broke loose. That was my home base. Bay Area, all the guys I grew up with. All hell broke loose there. That's when I seen Jeff Night Stalker.
Oh yeah.
I was there with Tookie. Well, I was there with that's 21 at Tehachapi. Yeah. So I was there when Tookie was there, and it was like the streets.
Now, I got okay.
Yeah.
Don't forget, this is before Roy's.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't know about Royce. I was 34.
And now you know there's gonna be a whole lot of motherfuckers out there saying that that's bullshit.
I put my life. God could strike me down right now.
There's no way you can get that big without taking steroids. And there's no way. That's just. And they saying that because they judging it based on them fucking sales.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
They saying because I can't do that, that you can't do that.
Exactly.
But do you have those pics?
Yep, Solomon has them.
Solomon, you got them pics with the old man? Okay.
Pooh.
Now, I was 40 here.
Well.
And I tell motherfuckers, they see this. I put the picture up the other day, motherfuckers, oh, he definitely no way he could do that natural. No way he could do that natural.
Yeah.
And I'm Cali Muscle. Look at Cali Muscle. Look at you. And motherfuckers think, when I see you tell me you was natural, yeah.
Well.
No,
yeah,
I got
don't have
no
nothing to lie
problem.
for. Yeah.
I got no problem believing that.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I did the shit, kind of did the shit myself.
Exactly. And that's how it was back then. Everybody was swole.
Man, it was
It
so
wasn't no
many
protein powders, nothing.
It was so many swole motherfuckers that people don't know of, ain't never heard of, walking around the fucking streets of Oakland, Compton, that people ain't never heard of.
That's right.
This is why we got this platform.
Absolutely.
You gonna let the motherfuckers.
That's right.
Yeah.
But you know, in this day and time, even me looking at me right there, how much we've been brainwashed, I would think that it takes Royce to get that. If I didn't do it.
If you didn't do it.
You know what I mean? Like
right.
Like I'm looking at that now like, damn. You know what I mean? But yeah, I didn't learn about steroids till I was 34 when I did my first bodybuilding show.
and somebody at that show told you, if you natural and you did all this shit just natural, boy, guess what would happen if you took this shit here?
Yeah, that's what it is. That's exactly what happened.
I know.
Well. And so,
Munson interview. He said
I know. Big Craig was big as fuck before he even knew what steroids was.
Yeah.
And when I tell him he didn't even know what no fucking steroids were, oh no, that's bullshit. That's no way. But they didn't come from the environment. Big Craig, Los Angeles, streets of Los Angeles.
Exactly.
Me, streets of Compton. You, streets of Oakland.
Yeah.
That wasn't no, stretch of the imagination.
Most people didn't know somebody. Most of the brothers we know that got out, especially that got out of prison, came out looking like that.
Swole as fuck. Yeah. Now, they didn't have steroids in prison.
No. So when I was at Tehachapi, that picture right there, that was the first time. So when I was in college, my frat brothers were on roids. And I used to laugh at them.
Oh,
because I was stronger than them and everything, right? I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah.
Wasting your motherfucking money. Yeah,
and then they would get off cycle and get hella weak.
Yeah.
And so I would laugh at them, right? So I was, and I'm talking about, if I tell you I was anti-steroid, I literally knocked somebody out one time saying I was like, I was anti, right?
And look, it's because not when people say, well, if they accuse you of taking steroids, then that's a compliment.
Nowadays.
But
not
look, I ain't never taken this no compliment. Now, what you doing, motherfuckers, you calling me a lie.
Exactly.
Now, I don't take it as a compliment. You calling me a lie. I'm telling you I'm natural. You saying I ain't natural.
Yeah.
Then you ain't giving me no compliment, motherfucker. You calling me a lie.
Exactly.
And that pissed me off. That pissed me the fuck off.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck that compliment shit. You keep that shit, take this foot to go up in your ass.
Yeah. I believe that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear that shit. So I went to San Quentin and all hell broke loose there. I became a part of the gang, Kumi 415, and they put me in a high position. So I had thousands of guys' lives in my hands. You know what I mean? And so I ended up doing 7 years off that 7.
Damn.
Yeah, I did all the time. Because of San Quentin. Bro, San Quentin was like, how can I describe it? Like maybe Hollywood Boulevard. On and cracking. Dope coming through, just transactions, riots, fights. I mean, it was just fun. It was too much fun. Let me put it like that. And
when you were shot called,
yeah, right,
it's
exactly.
Too much fun.
Yeah.
For some motherfuckers,
you don't want to
right.
get the impression that going to prison is fun.
No, it ain't fun.
Any young people listening to
no,
this, that's not what he's saying.
No, it's more to the story.
Yeah, when you were shot called, it's fun. It's all right. You know, I didn't.
Well, no, it's a lot of stress at the same time because if I called one bad move, it could cost somebody life or whatever, then I have to answer for it. So it was still a little bit of stress. I had more stress than the average foot soldier. You know what I mean? Because I had to delegate a lot and disperse money. It was a lot to it, but I learned a lot about life. But God prepped me for that. Being a youth pastor, football, wrestling, track captain, in a fraternity in college, so I was Muslim, running the Muslim, so I was prepped for it. And so, so I went to San Quentin, lost all my time, ended up getting transferred out of there for a riot and paroled from Solano State Prison in 2001.
Damn.
Yeah. And it was that picture that he had up with me in that cemetery. So that picture he pulled up, it was for a strip company.
Oh, okay.
Exotic dancing. So
I told you.
I just said when I researched him, I ain't see nothing about
it. But I said, and I think I remember Callie saying he was a stripper.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask him about this shit. Mike said, no, I ain't see that, bro.
I just said I didn't see it. I didn't say it wasn't true. I just said when I researched him.
So that was my whole thing, was to get out, be a personal trainer and a stripper. And so that was my first week out right there after no weights. I didn't have no weights for 4 years right here.
Okay, because they took him out.
They took him out in 96, 97 when I was in San Quentin.
So y'all was doing body weight stuff?
Yeah, just all body weight stuff, water bags, and put people on your back.
My father's a correctional officer, so I remember he was in the prisons. Actually, started working at the Hatchby.
Oh yeah,
back in the day. So he was telling me when they took the weights out, he was just like, it didn't stop anything.
Right?
Them
No.
brothers still just found ways to still come out of there swole.
Yeah.
He said the water bags, body weight stuff, push up, all of that stuff. He was just like, it didn't change anything.
Right.
So them
Yeah.
brothers still
And we
coming
got
out
more
looking swole.
endurance.
Yeah.
So the smart correctional officers are like, that's dumb as hell. Now y'all gonna be doing all these damn calisthenics all day with more wind.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
More wind now, more trouble.
Yeah. And so, got out, became a stripper and a personal trainer. The first 3 days out, I was cracking. And things was good, man. I worked at 24-hour fitness. And then I was a stripper, so I was making excellent money. But of course, I got in another situation with a car after about 7 months out, and got in the drug game. And so once I got in the drug game, man, I didn't last 90 days selling dope. It's like they had a tracking device on me or something. So I went back to jail after 10 months being out. I had to do another year violation, parole violation, and I caught a case.
Damn.
So they had me on parole and probation.
At the same
time. And so went back in jail, was at home.
Yeah.
I'm back. And so went in there this time and got a super drug connection.
Oh,
I got it. I went in and I got out after doing a year with a drug connection out this world, Mexican cartel hookup.
Oh,
I was able to get all the kilos I wanted.
Damn.
Without paying. Yeah.
Oh my God.
On consignment. Yeah. So I got out, got all the kilos, started distributing them to my gang members. And once again, I didn't last this time. I don't even think 6 months.
Damn.
Yeah, got that parole and probation violation. Went back another time, got out. This time said, I'm done with dope. I'm a pimp.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, I'm done with the dope. I'm a pimp, man. And so I tried pimping for about a year and a half. And
how did that pay?
Terrible. Yeah, terrible. Because what I tell people is, they make pimps out to be bad people, which some are. Not. I've met a few that beat the women and all that type of stuff, guerrilla pimping. But ultimately, especially nowadays, and when I had gotten to it in 2006, I think when I got out, somewhere around there, you are a Uber driver.
Yeah.
You a bodyguard. You got to do everything for this woman, and you don't know if she got the money she say she got, because they tucking it and don't bring all the money. And so I just felt like an idiot when I did it. I'm like, I almost risked my life behind one of the girls one time. And I'm like, bro, you a dummy. Chick, you would have shot that guy, been in prison with life, and she's still out here doing the same thing. And it just didn't make sense no more to me. So I went to my number one gift God gave me, one of them, cutting hair, barbering.
Okay.
So I went in the barbershop, got a barbershop with a buddy of mine, and I was living good.
Damn,
in the barbershop, making a lot of money.
Yeah, barbers, if you're good, they're going to keep coming back.
That's right.
Make you some money.
And so it was better than dope money to me in the barbershop.
Because it was legitimate?
Yeah, legitimate.
Now, what, look, the fucking hour is flying by, 45 minutes in, and I already told, before we had started, I told people online, this is going to probably be 2 or 3 segments.
Yeah.
At least. We're going to have to come back.
Yeah.
We ain't even got into this, but before we go, we're going to got to get a little bit into it.
Yeah.
People, I know they didn't know about all this stuff you just told us, because I fucking didn't know. And we friends.
Yeah.
And them motherfuckers, you don't know them motherfuckers, them internet motherfuckers, you don't know
exactly.
them, nobody.
No.
But they know everything about you.
Exactly.
They tell you all about your life and shit. And don't, well, goddamn, call him up. If you know him that goddamn well, call him up, motherfucker. Call him up, man. If you don't got his fucking phone number, you don't know him.
Exactly.
You don't know him. But anyway, massive transformation has happened to the collie muscle that everybody knows, that I knew, the big swole ass fucking look like a goddamn map with all them road map veins and shit. Collie muscle, you still banged up like a motherfucker, but still Mount Biceps and shit. But the scale down version, still ripped to shreds and shit. Another thing we haven't come is heart problems.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you had, we're going to talk about this before we get out of here, the heart problems, and god damn it, Cali muscle, you fucking changed. You just 360 ain't enough.
Yeah.
There's more than this is 780. Mm-hmm. There's more than the fucking 360.
This is one of those transformations that and the uproar that it is caused.
Oh
right?
my god!
A lot of your old school
social
followers.
Media world is fucking ablaze.
Exactly.
With Cali Muscle lost his goddamn mind.
Yeah.
What the fuck is wrong with Cali Muscle? Goddamn. Now, I know they don't know what damn near dying will do for a motherfucker.
That's right.
But since I've been in that situation, not damn near, but actually died, I have somewhat of a better understanding.
Mm-hmm.
But God damn it, Cali, you're going to have to explain some of this shit.
Let's tell it. So 2021, you suffered a heart attack.
Yeah, I had the Widowmaker heart attack, 100% cloggage. Never thought it would happen to me. Was always scared of health problems. So when I did get into bodybuilding, I was like, okay, I'm going to do this the best way I hear it as possible. Taking off 3 months out of the year and not eating junk food at that time when I was bodybuilding and, just was real scared of having a health issue. Then I seen CT have his situation. Rich had died, Rich Piana. So I was scared, bro. And so I was like, you're scared, but at the same time, you got to keep your image for social media or whatever.
For social
media. Yeah. So I'm like, what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim down to 220 and take the less amount of testosterone as possible. So I was doing that. But by that time, I'd already knew I was having a problem. When I moved from LA to Vegas in 2016,
mm-hmm.
and I started having edema in my right foot.
Shit.
Started having my right foot.
Know about that?
Yeah. Well, I started having edema, so I contributed it to high sodium and Vegas air condition. The heat and their quality of air.
Because at this time, you were doing some very extreme YouTube videos with the stuff you were eating and just.
So that was after.
This was after that.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Okay.
So I already saw some problems when I went to Vegas. So I came back to California in 2020, and my sodium level was low. The edema wasn't as bad. So I'm like, see, I knew it was Vegas.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. The swelling ain't that bad in California.
Yeah.
And so that's when it started. When I came back to California in 2020 and I started doing the mukbangs.
Mm-hmm.
And so I started doing the mukbangs, was back up to I trimmed down to about 230 or whatever. So things was going good. YouTube was popping, Facebook popping. I was making about at least $150,000 a month.
That's popping.
Because that Facebook was cracking. And I was making about 100 on Facebook, about 40 on YouTube, and then not counting the supplement company.
Yeah.
I was doing good, buying all those cars, whatnot. And man, I went to the dentist one day, got some dental work done. They gave me some Percocets. The next morning, I took one. Ate. I never forget, bro. And I hate to always throw them under the bus, but Stan Efferton had some meal prep, vertical diets. I was eating those.
I remember something about that.
And I just want to say on the internet, black people ain't supposed to consume a lot of sodium. White guys can get by with that shit. So his meals had high sodium.
Oh.
Bone broth, beef, and white rice. And I'm type A blood type. I learned later on, I'm not even supposed to eat beef, pork, none of that, being type A blood type. So anyway, so I had one of his meals, and something I never do. I'm lactose intolerant. Had a ice cream sandwich, and went to bed. God, my angels, whoever. At midnight, I just popped up. What the hell is that? Like, I just popped out of deep sleep. Like, what's that? And I was, babe, woke my wife up like, I'm having heartburn. Go get some heartburn stuff. And so she rustling around looking for some antacids, Pepto-Bismol or something. So I'm drinking some stuff, trying to get rid of it. And so it wasn't subsiding, but it just felt like heartburn. I had it once before in my life. And so I just crouched down on the couch like this, and it felt better. And so after 30 minutes of being crouched down like that, I had to vomit. Projectile vomit. When I did that, she like, let's go. So on the way to the hospital, I actually died. I don't remember nothing. Yeah. So we get to the hospital. She comes shake me, and I pop up and take me in there. And once I get in the hospital, I'm like, oh, ain't nothing wrong with a little heartburn. You know what I mean? They hook me up. Oh, no. We taking you in. You got having a heart attack. I'm thinking it's a conspiracy.
Oh, man.
You know what I mean? Like, y'all see me buff. Y'all want to open me up and stuff. And so, man, in 10 minutes in there, they went through my leg up with that catheter or whatever, scope, and put the stent in. So I was 100% clogged. And I still don't believe, you know what I mean? Like, wow. You know,
somebody looking out for you.
Oh, yeah. And I had the heart attack the same day as Sean Roden.
Oh, yeah. And
same day, same age, everything.
Wow.
Yeah. Same day, everything, bro. So it was something, man. So I had to analyze what I was doing in my life. And, I want people to know it takes 20, 25 years for that to build up, for that to clog up. So as a kid, prison, eating fast food, I ate effed up all my life up until that point.
So it just don't happen overnight.
Nah, that take 20 years, they say. And I look back like it makes sense. I'm taking 1,200 milligrams of caffeine. I'm eating, what I thought was good and healthy wasn't. A lot of white rice, a lot of beef.
Is that that picture?
No, they
Photoshop.
Yeah. They got me with no wings right there.
Wait a minute.
I ain't got
They didn't get ridiculous.
They got ridiculous.
Transformation.
Yeah.
God damn.
It's a
But
good
having
one.
that heart issue, and CT has had his heart issues. I've had my heart issues. I remember when I had mine, they told me I couldn't do any more weightlifting, any of that.
Yeah.
And I can understand that changing your mindset on, okay, I need to change what I'm doing. But your kind of 360, like we stated earlier, has caused this uproar.
Yeah.
Especially amongst people who have been following you for a long time. I read the comment sections. They feel like you lied to them all this stuff that they are upset with you about.
Yeah.
What do you say to your day one followers?
You mad at God.
And I get that, but people who have been following you took some of the stuff and implemented into their life early on. Now you've done a complete 360 these days.
Yeah.
What do you say to those followers of yours who've been following you from day one who may not like the new Cali muscle?
Well, I'll say firstly, I'll have to always reiterate this and do damage control. I never lied to nobody about taking steroids. Somebody made that up on the internet back when I was, went viral. And I never confronted it because I was an ex-con and I don't want to come on, I take steroids, you know what I mean, being an ex-con or whatever. So I never lied to people and said I never took steroids. It was evident I was taking steroids.
Yeah.
Like, it just common sense. You know what I mean? Like, and so, I always knew I was going to have to let people know eventually once, things started snowballing. And so what I say is that I had to change the way I ate. I learned my blood type. I learned that, and I always, to be honest, guys, I always wanted to come back to this. Because I always knew that was unrealistic and unhealthy. Yeah. So I always wanted to get back to how I am now. And God forced me to do it. But so I had to change my diet. I had to find out that with my blood type, I wasn't supposed to eat beef or pork or white rice, different things like that. And I got twin babies. I'm like, I'm doing whatever I can to live for these babies.
Be around for
Well, so that's why I went on the watermelon fast, which was amazing. I just did it 40 days again a few weeks ago. And
40 days of nothing but water.
Nothing but watermelon. And it's amazing. It's godly, man.
It's amazing. Now, I've done the watermelon fast. I did it. The longest I've done it was 7 days.
Yeah.
And I can honestly say after those 7 days, totally changes you.
Hey, I was a watermelon juice drinking motherfucker after I.
Oh, yeah.
See, you got me drinking the shit, man. I had my refrigerator full of watermelon juice. Didn't last now.
Right,
But you had me doing that shit too, man.
Yeah.
I after a while, I was saying, you know what, Callie?
Yeah, this is enough.
Boy, but I have to have me a little chicken.
Yeah.
And some goddamn steak round this motherfucker.
Oh, yeah. Because what's your blood type?
I'm A2.
Oh, you A2?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we ain't supposed to mess with that beef.
Yeah, I know I ain't supposed to. A whole lot of shit ain't supposed to.
With that being said, like I said, we definitely gonna have to do a part 2 of this because there's so much other shit that I want to get into with you about.
That fucking hour.
There was some not only just your life, but a lot of your political views now that's causing the uproar.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You posted some shit yesterday that got me in trouble in my house.
Oh, no. Yeah, and it's funny because a quick thing on that, I never followed politics or cared. Being a ghetto dude from the hood, it was all about making money. But when I had my kids, it's like I gotta care now. I can't just be quiet and sit back. I gotta care for they, livelihood.
So I want to touch on that one in part 2.
Yeah,
it's going.
Yeah,
it's levels to this shit.
Yeah,
so
tear down the fucking internet again.
Yeah. We're gonna tear this bitch down, and we'll cross that bridge. But before we get out of here, Pops, because I fucking said so segment. You got something about washcloths you want to talk about?
God damn, boy, the Cali.
I got a feeling this is gonna go left field.
So much shit still to talk to Cali Moss about. He gonna definitely come back.
Oh, hell yeah. I'm just 20 minutes down the road.
Man, but anyway, we do a little segment at the end of the show is because I fucking said so. That's my segment to say what I'm gonna say. Now, there's been, and I don't understand how this is a fucking debate at all, but there's been a discussion about whether or not to use a washcloth
I had a feeling you were going
when you take a shower. It's a whole lot of people think that you don't need no washcloth.
Oh, man. Sound like my wife.
Callie, she ain't by herself.
Yeah.
Whole lot of people think that you don't need no washcloth when you take a shower.
Yeah.
Now listen, if you took your car to the car wash and they rinsed that motherfucker down, put a little soap on it, and went all like this.
Yeah.
Went all over your car with their hands.
Yeah.
And say, here you go.
Yeah.
You would be mad than a motherfucker because that car would look fucked up.
That's right.
And it would still be dirty.
Well.
Just like your ass is.
That's right.
If you don't use no motherfucking washcloth.
That's exactly right.
If you want that motherfucker clean, you got to rub something on that loofah or something, goddamn. But your hands ain't gonna do it.
Nah.
You know why? Because I fucking said so. That's right.
The bottom line is get a loofah or washcloth, something in there and wash
something.
Well, yeah.
Your fucking fingers ain't gonna do it.
No, it ain't.
Now, before we get out of here, we got to promote Iron Addicts brands. So we got some new merch. I'm wearing some of this shit. Y'all been asking for these damn tank tops for years.
And here they is.
Here they is. I got one on. You can go to Iron Addicts brands. All new merchandise on there. So, again, we say this every week, and I just feel like I got to keep reiterating. If you buy any CT Fletcher merchandise and it's not from IronAddictsBrands.com, the shit is a fake.
A fucking fake.
That plain, that simple. Again, IronAddictsBrands.com is the only place you can get your certified official CT Fletcher merchandise. Take your ass on over there and get you some of this good CT Fletcher merchandise, damn it.
Now, I know, Callie, tell folks when we get out here where they can find you. And I know you got merch. You're selling merch. You selling any supplements now?
No, I stopped. Yeah.
And we're going to talk about that shit next time, too. Because I know, Callie said, you take your creatine, you take your protein, your ass ain't natural. That's a fucking whole hour right there.
Oh,
We're gonna talk about
exactly.
that.
Especially the creatine. I love my creatine.
I'm finna take some now. But I know you're selling merch, right?
No, I stopped. Well, I have a few shirts. Yeah.
Okay, where do they, if they want to contact Callie Muscle for anything?
Yeah, they go to KaliMuscle.com. And I have the links to all my socials on there. Keep it simple. You know, KaliMuscle.com.
Also, we got to promote the father and son trainings. CT and Samson are doing their father and son training. If you want to get trained either at Iron Addicts Gym or the backyard, and like Pops always says, the shit ain't free.
Hell no.
Hit up Samson Fletcher on Instagram at official Samson Fletcher. You can reach him there, or you can email the pod if you can't reach Samson, ctfletcherpodcast@gmail.com. If you would like to do a training session with CT and Samson, that's the best way to do it. Like I said, either in the gym or the backyard. And I can tell you right now from somebody who's been in that backyard a multitude of times over the years, that is a different experience. Get your ass on back there and get you some of that pig iron.
Yeah, get Callie over there.
Yeah.
I can promise you right now, there will be a part 2. Damn, though, sound like it might be a part 3.
Oh, yeah, I think
too.
so.
Oh, yeah,
We got a whole lot to
about.
cover with Callie Muscle. So again, thanks everybody for supporting the CT Fletcher podcast. We appreciate the hell out of y'all. Even though this old motherfucker tell you he don't care if you listen or not, motherfucker, we do
Fuck
care.
y'all.
So keep listening to the Fuck Y'all podcast.
Turn this shit off, motherfuckers. Fuck y'all.
Don't turn the shit off. Don't turn the shit off. But again, for all of you guys who have been sharing the show, helping us promote the show, he'll say fuck y'all, but I'll say we appreciate you. And we will see y'all the next time on the Fuck Y'all podcast. We're going to end this like we do every podcast. Fuck y'all.
Fuck you and the motherfucker you shared it with.